Hi guys, good afternoon. It's Primrose and welcome back to the channel. Today it's going to be a houseplant video. I'm off. It's Monday today, but I have been spending most of my time trying to get rid of mealybugs. Not all of my plants are infected, but I think it's beginning to get out of hand, out of control. So in my every videos, and I know you have seen a lot of houseplants video, and they are always nice and beautiful and lush, but today it's going to be something different because I have to clean up my windowsill. I haven't done it since we came back from our holiday. And so this is like the ugly part of keeping indoor plants. I've always have like attachment to my plants, and I mostly wait until the very end. For example, for something like this to like bounce back, but I think this one, it's got no hope already. So I have to get rid of that because it's it's not very pleasant to look at, and it doesn't give me so much good energy just to look at it. And yeah, it has to go. And that one, it was flopping all over the place. That's why I had to stake it. And honestly, I don't like how it looks. I like my plants to be looking as natural as possible, but sometimes I have no choice because keeping them indoor, I don't have a lot of space for them to grow naturally or as they please. So I might have to repot that one. And pardon the look of my messy window. So this is what I'm talking about. My plants are now growing in numbers that I think I have to be very picky about what to purchase, what to buy, because I don't have space for them anymore. This one I only picked it up from somewhere, a cutting. But as you can see, it needs a lot of sunshine, of sunlight to be able to grow really lush and put out some beautiful flowers. It's been difficult, but I have to get rid of that one. And this one I have been delaying putting it in soil, but I think now is the time because those roots are giant. One. So this is a peperomia. I think it needs a new home. It dries out very quickly, and it's beginning to send down its roots from the bottom holes. To get rid of that, so I've given it like a full year to recover or to like put out some new growth, but so far nothing is happening. I always have difficulty because I do not want to throw away plants, but when you do not have space, you just have to. And that one, I waited until the very end, so it's time for it to go. And yeah, obviously this one as well. And this one, I can use the pot holder for some other plants. That was just a gift to us. Right. So this one, I think I have to find a place that's not very sunny. It's been living on my south facing window, and it's drying up very quickly. So I sprayed this guy with, I can't believe that In this country, you cannot find an alcohol. I went to pharmacy and they don't have isopropyl alcohol. Went to a supermarket on the medicine aisle or personal care and they don't have it. So I made a little bit of experiment and I'm not so sure if it's gonna work, but I will give you some news of that. So this guy, I put it down and I knocked a few candle holder just to be able to bring it down. So that's just a cable from a computer. And I think I have to trim this plant. I just don't feel like I wanted to, but I've got no choice. I have no space for it to grow wild. Look how long that is. So I'm showing you all of this mess, but if this is no way to discourage you to get some plants to bring indoor. But just so you know, it's not all fun. It's not all beautiful all the time. But you have to be ready to be able to maintain your plants and to keep them alive. I'll just go ahead and cut that part. See how long that is. And I like my plants to like look a little bit wild, but not that wild. So, and this one as well, and I hope it's gonna encourage some more growth. But if possible, if you could just make a request. So that's really dehydrated, to put out some growth that looks like this, not a twiggy like that. So that one should go, and this one as well. Look at that, and it's up to there. Probably if I have like an outdoor space, that is okay. So and this one as well. So I don't know what to do with this, and I think I'll just have to throw that away. I feel bad, but I have no choice. Look at that. It's like a lot. And it's looking a little bit better. Still dehydrated. I soaked it in water earlier, and hopefully all of the mealy bugs are gone, but I will check again after 3 days. Yeah. This is the landing area, and I need to clean this up. So I used to use this space to isolate some of the plants that are infested with mealy bugs, but now that I already have some plants here, I just don't have any more space to like isolate them from other plants. So it's very tall now, it grows fast. That's a new growth, and also that one. So as you can see, I'm doing all of this in my kitchen floor, and today is actually my day to clean the entire house. So I'm gonna repot all of the plants that needs repotting. That means I have to make more mess before I clean up everything. And look at it, guys. So I'm gonna get into that in a minute. And here is the difficult part. Let's begin. Right, so it turns out I have a lot more to do than expected. This one keeps it's top heavy. I repotted this just before spring, but look how thick the leaves are. And this pot cannot hold its weight any longer. And it's a succulent, and to think that I'm growing them indoors with a limited light, so I'm so proud of what they're giving me. And this one as well, I've been staking this, but it's in this nursery pot. I've never get around to repotting this one, and it's huge now. I know that a lot of people, including myself, are having difficult time growing this plant, so I'm, as much as possible, I'm not going to touch the root ball. It needs a bigger pot. One, I'm not going to capture the whole repotting session because it's going to be very long. So look at those crazy roots. So it's always good to have like a spare pot around the house, and I'm gonna cover that whole. So I have here a like a mesh. So I got this from my garlic, and I always save it for this purpose. So not a big part. And I don't usually wear gloves when I touch the soil or repot my plants. I like it that way. That looks alright like that. So this is a sedum vitalis from my large plant. That should be alright. So that's one done. This beauty here will go next. Let me see if I can take it out without damaging the roots. It has become pot bound, but this kind of plant it's a Tradescantia. It doesn't really have big roots, so I think that will not be a problem. There, as you can see, it came out clean, and I've already have some soil there. It is so compact, and I know a lot of people try to tease the roots, but I do not want to damage it, so that should be alright like that. I'm gonna take off some of the dead leaves first. Another one done. So I do not know how to do this without breaking the stem or damaging the leaves, but you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. So I think I'm gonna put it in this plastic pot. Oh. It's a little bit difficult to take it out of its old pot. Oh, there. I put a lot of there you go. Should be alright. So what do you think? Let me just try it and place it on this pot holder and see if it can support its weight. I think it should be alright. It needs to be, let's see if it's gonna hold it. Oh no, I need to stake it just to stabilize it until the roots are strong enough. Oh my goodness. That should be alright. Not bad at all. So as you can see, that one came off and it's got that tiny roots already there. So I think I'm gonna try and leave it there. There you are. Think it's time for me to take this off so the leaves could breathe freely. That's it. Not bad at all. Right, so I think this will be the difficult one, the Ficus lyrata. So I'm going to use this one. I have this for a long time now, and I think this is just a perfect size for a big plant. I do not want to throw this away, although I don't really like the looks of it, but I think what I'm gonna do is try and find something like this, something similar but a bigger one, and in which I could just put the plastic pot inside. I am hopeful that I will be able to take this out without damaging that roots there. So we'll see if we can just ease it out very nicely. Oh, that's lovely. That's nice. I'll try to be very careful. That came off very quickly. And it's got a really good root system, as you can see. So I have a pot here. Now I'm not going to touch the root ball, and it's half filled with soil, so I'm just gonna position it in the middle. Perfect. And that should be all right. And then I think that one will be perfect here. It's peeking out a little bit. It's a lot bigger, but that's all right. There you go. Now I have this tiny one, and I'm sure this one will be very easy to take out from its pot. I don't know why it's a bit wonky, but let's put some stones. I think this one, I need to trim it back a little to encourage some growth. As you can see, it's looking a little bit sparse. Let's take that one off. And that one. And see if it's gonna put out a lot more growth. And I hope it will. And that one. There you go. That should be right. Now we'll see if I can propagate this one to add into that pot. Right. So this one, it's in this really tiny pot. As you can see, ooh, it's a bit wet. I think it's just from the solution that I made earlier. I sprayed it because it's got a little bit of infestation as well. Mealy bugs, and I'm talking about mealy bugs. Ooh. So there you go. It's a bit wobbly without a stake. So we'll see if we can take it off from this tiny pot without damaging those roots. So this is a cutting which I received from Olga's Dreamland last year, and it's now a very beautiful established plant. Just gonna take that off, and hopefully it can spread a little bit more into this bigger pot. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of gravel on top, just to kind of stabilize it a little bit. There you go. That's a lot better, I think. There you go. Or I'm actually thinking of, I'm not sure if it's gonna be good to just cut it off on that part and put it back in the soil. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it. I think it's a lot better here on this spot.